What's up, y'all? It's man ES the Hermit Star back again with another video, and I have another read for my brothers and sisters, my Virgos, my fellow Virgos. So if you have Virgo in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. The universe has something to say to us this week and as of lately, so especially if it's for us, I'm gonna let the universe speak. I don't know about y'all. Y'all can just decide whether to click off, not subscribe, whatever the case is. If you are sticking around, I do appreciate you. And if you would like a personal reading, you're able to book one with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box, along with the link to my weekly podcast. But if you would like a personal reading, again, you are able to do so. Just understand that there are scammers in this community, unfortunately, and therefore, there might be, I don't know for a fact, but just to protect myself and you, if there is somebody who is impersonating me, claiming to be me, coming to you, offering readings or offering any other service that I don't even provide, for that matter, it's a scam. I will never email you. All of our correspondence will be via email only. Also, even if you have booked a reading with me in the past, I will still never reach out to you asking you if you would like one, or again offering any other type of service, whether you're a first-time customer or a multiple-time customer. Only times you get readings is if you reach out to me. I will never again reach out to you asking you if you want one. So just to let you know that is the case. Someone is attempting to scam you. Now, you are being scammed. You are being scammed if you do give them the money. But someone is attempting to scam you if they reach out to you impersonating me. All right, so a lot of the same cards, and folks gonna be like, it could be the way that I'm shuffling, but we've got some repeaters here. But just this time, the Two of Swords is in reverse. So you might be a Virgo with my big three is Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius. So I didn't read for my I read for Taurus yesterday. That's my moon sign and stuff. So if you have Taurus, go watch that. But the three that I read for today, prior to you, if you haven't watched them, is I just did the Gemini reading, and then prior to Gemini, I did Aries. You might be Virgo, Gemini, Aries. You might be Virgo, Aries, Gemini. You might have Virgo as your moon or rising. Either or. This showed up for every card or every sign that I've read for today. But for the previous signs, again, Gemini and Aries, it showed up in upright. And Virgos, it's showing up in reverse. So this is, in a sense, decision paralysis. Like, granted, when it's like this, it's still a difficult choice. But this is like where we're stuck in a sense. We're stuck, and we're ruminating on. It's like if you started a job, right? You're at a place and you're not happy with this business. You're not happy with this job, but you're telling yourself, you're trying to weigh the pros and cons, but you're only focusing on the pros rather than the cons. And this is the card that shows up when the universe is trying to tell you there are actually more cons than pros, or the cons outweigh the pros. You're thinking about the 30% that of the pros that you can think of for your job. And again, I'm using that as an example, right? Take that same notion and apply it to wherever it is applicable in your life. And if it's not, don't take it at all. But you're focusing on the 30% of good, which is not a bad thing to do, to focus on the good. But best of worst meanings that, especially if the split is 30-70, First of all, that's not equal amount of split, so it's not equilibrium. It's not like your. It's not a balance. Let's get that straight because balance is equal. You know, so if the split is 70-30, 60-40, even 80-20, 90-10, 95-5, it's not balanced. It's not equal. And sure, again, even if the shoe was on the other foot, meaning that if it was 70% good and 30% bad, I still feel like the universe is telling you nothing is perfect. Yeah, but I do believe that in this situation you should shoot for a 100. If not, at least a 99. You know what I'm saying? I think you should do better than just settling for that 70% good or that 30% good. You know? So for somebody out there, you know, and I take the Virgo readings and I see how they fit in my life as well. I might not detail every single thing in these videos because they'll go on long and I ramble. So you know they'll go on long. But you know, for a Virgo out there, whether it's myself or somebody, it seems as though that we're focusing on the good because we get told we focus on the negative so much. And we may have internalized that. But what folks don't know about Virgos is, now I'm not saying that we all are, many of us can be negative Nancy's, yeah, and we just focus on the bad. But part of our sign is we focus on, we're not being negative in this for the sense of being negative. We're simply being realistic about a situation. You know, we're not going to act like we don't see the cons of a situation or the cons of an individual, and because nobody else wants to face the truth about it. Nobody else wants to talk about it. Nobody else wants to talk about that bleeding pink elephant that's in the room. It's bleeding. It's big. It's pink. It's bleeding. It's crying out. It's making noise, and everybody else is ignoring it. And that's the solution to this clear problem. It's just ignore it. Don't look at it. Don't listen to it. Just ignore it. Just keep going on. We as Virgos say, nah. First of all, it's a big ass pink elephant in this room. It's causing, it's so big, it's causing, you know, it's taking up space. It's bleeding. What the hell happened to it? And it's crying out. And you know how loud an elephant is. I ain't gonna make an elephant noise. You know how loud it is, all right? So it's like, it's taking up space. It's big and pink, so it's hard not to look at it. It's crying, so it's hard not to hear it. And it's bleeding, which means there's danger around in this vicinity. Who's to say we're not the next one to get shot? Who's to say we're not the next living being to get hit by this thing that is causing this elephant to bleed out? And then what will happen when this elephant finally bleeds out and now we got a big ass dead carcass just sitting in this damn room? And now what you gonna do about it? We gonna ignore it? We gonna move it? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna let the elephant just bleed out? So I know I'm going on a tangent right now, but it's like, I'm saying all that just to say, Virgos, we do that because it's the logical thing to do. Find out what hurt this elephant. First of all, find out how the hell it get in this room. Find out what the hell is this elephant doing here. We got to figure out how we going to get this thing up out of here so we can have space up in here. Oh, it's hurt? Now we got to find out how to help it. We got to stop the bleeding. It's crying. How can we help this elephant? We got to find out what the danger is so we're not in danger. So the elephant is not continuing to be in danger. You know, these are things that people would like to ignore and act like, if you just don't act like it's here or it's around, it won't hurt you. And then now you on the ground bleeding, crying out. And you expect the Virgo to help out with the situation. Because we are the ones who noticed it and you ignored it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not even, we haven't even get to the rest of the cards yet. But I'm just saying all that just to say, y'all, like, I get it, Virgos. I get it that the reason as to why you might be in a situation to where you're like denying the problem is because your response to being called a negative Nancy is to be a positive Patty. Well, this ain't the time to be a positive Patty. whatever this situation is, it's time for you to be the negative Nancy, because I think you're being a truth-telling Tom. You're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You're being truthful. The truth is, again, there's a big, fat, pink, bleeding elephant in this room. The truth is, it's bleeding because there's danger. Somebody shot it, somebody hurt it, and there's danger among us, and we have to do something about it, or else we're the next one to be hit. That is the truth. And then you're being a logical Larry, a logical Lisa, when you're like, let's figure out how we're going to protect this elephant, protect ourselves, get this elephant up out of here so we have our space. And the space is safe. You know? This is not the time to be a positive Patty. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully all that fits with you. 10 minutes in, and we only did 1 out of the 4 cards. We're gonna continue though. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as well. So this is someone who is self-centered, someone who is moving from the scarcity mindset. This is envy as well. Crazy, I went on that tangent about big pink elephants and stuff. Within that tangent, that is someone who is selfless, someone who isn't just thinking about themselves. If you're freaking out or you're overreacting, don't know how one can overreact to a big pink elephant who just got shot, but if you're overreacting to an elephant that just got shot and it's crying and it's bleeding out, and you're like, I have to do, or we, because it's multiple people in this room, right? Again, elephant in the room, got shot, crying, it's big, pink, it's covered in blood. Yeah. So, and you're like, we have to do something about it to help this elephant. That's a selfless act. That's not selfish. But I feel as though this showed up in this in this reading is because, again, this showed up and we get forced to think, or we might feel, not get forced, but we might feel as though we have to go along with the crowd. The others in the room are pretending like the big pink crying bleeding elephant isn't there. So we have to do that. We also have to think about ourselves. Like I said, the elephant is bleeding for a reason. Somebody hurt the elephant. Somebody shot it. Somebody stabbed it. It's bleeding out. It's hurt. But if we do like everybody else, we're just going to ignore the elephant's cry, and we're just going to think about our own safety. Oh, I didn't get hit, so I don't care about this elephant bleeding, crying. We don't want to move in that. We don't want to move in that. You know what I'm saying? Again, if we are the bad guy, the bad girl, the bad person for acknowledging what's going on, acknowledging the danger, if we're the bad person for acknowledging the danger, if we're the bad person for wanting to help this elephant, so be it. So be it. I'd rather be the asshole who is selfless, which, you know, someone could be like, that's a contradictory. How can an individual who's an asshole be also the most caring individual to animals, a caring individual to other people if they're in danger? Society, right? It's funny. But, you know, it's the people who do for others who are considered, you know, wrong, when they're like, we got to do more for these people. We got to do more for the animals. They're considered wrong. But, you know, those who are like, no, I'm just going to care about my safety. I'm not bleeding. I'm not crying. I'm not covered in pink paint and blood. So I don't care. Those people are the sane individuals. Anyways, I do like to see this card in upright. Again, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, both Gemini and Aries got this in their video as well, their read as well. But it was in this position, reverse. So the card that was in their reverse, we got upright. The card that was in their upright, we got reversed. Yeah, and this goes for this last card as well, which I'll get into. But this is us being resourceful, you know, and being determined. So, and I use again the analogy of the big pink bleeding elephant because honestly, I do believe that there's a situation going on within our work life or just in general to where we are being told to just ignore it. We are being told to not just ignore it, but to respond the way that everybody else may be responding to it, which again might look like ignoring the problem. It might look like just focusing on the good part about it. The good part is the elephant is eventually going to bleed out and the noise is going to stop. Yeah, because it's dead. That's why it can't cry. It's not crying anymore because it's dead. It's out of breath. It's dead. There's no breath to cry. There's no air in that elephant's body to let out cries because it is dead. Because we sat around and we did nothing about the bleeding. We did nothing about the danger in the first place. It is dead. But these folks are looking at it and like, well, the crying stopped. Look at it from the good side. The noise is gone. But now we got a big fat ass pink elephant covered in blood, now dead, taking up space. It's going to be harder to move and also smell. The smell is eventually it's going to decompose and it's going to, cause, a bunch of stuff is going to happen. Not good. But again, let's ignore it because the cries are at least it stop crying, right? Well, we're going to use our wit. We are going to use our wit. Whatever that issue is, Virgo, apply it to your life if it's applicable. We're going to use our wit. We're going to use our determination to help that elephant. Make sure that not only is it safe, but we're safe. And in turn, these other individuals are safe. We're going to stop it from crying. So all those issues, the noise complaints, the safety of the elephant and ourselves, and we'll probably get it to remove itself from the room, get it back to home where it's safe around its family or just in a safe area to where it won't be hurt. We're going to, we have the potential to do that, to fix that issue. Unfortunately, I don't see anywhere where it shows that we're going to get help for it. We might even get some pushback for it, now, when I say pushback, because when this is in upright position, this is like leadership, being viewed as a leader. I don't want to say this is someone else's energy. This is like just us being, hedonistic, financially stupid, really, and shallow. Maybe for that issue that we've solved, that work issue that we solved, right? We get some money for it. They're like, we'll give you money for it, but we're not going to view you as a leader. And in fact, again, when I mention the pushback is we're not going to view you as a leader because in our eyes, a leader is someone who doesn't make us feel inadequate. You would be surprised at how many people don't elect leaders who truly feel as though that person can lead. They don't elect a leader that makes them feel as though that they are themselves inadequate. They will elect someone that they will elect someone they know as a leader that they feel won't threaten how they feel about themselves, if you get what I'm saying. If I go into a whole tangent, that's what the podcast is for me to go on these tangents. So go ahead and check out that podcast, or again, the Earnest Thoughts Tarot Cast. I just got to remember to write this down in my notes, but go check out the Earnest Thoughts Tarot Cast. You can find that in the description box below. It's the only other link in there. It's the only link really in there, and it's right below my email, which you can do to book a personal reading. But that's that. Overall, hopefully this reading makes sense, Virgo, but to summarize this, I'm going to summarize it in a few sentences because for the life of me, I cannot summarize it in 4 words or less. But I'm going to give you at least a few sentences. First of all, or first sentence, let me get a sip of water before I do all of that. Figure I give y'all a brief moment of silence since I've been talking all this damn time. But um, first thing, let's not follow the fray. Let's not follow everybody else. They're ignoring the issue. We notice the issue. Let's do something about it. Whether we get the support that we want or not, we still have to do something about it because we are very much capable at solving that issue on our own. Now, don't turn into somebody who is going to now be, low vibe. Don't turn into a low vibe individual because we solved this major issue on our own, as we tend to do anyway. But like, just because we solved that major issue, don't turn into some cocky MFer, right? But don't allow these issues, don't allow these people in general to change who we are. Sure, like I said before, can we be negative Nancy's? Yes, that is true. Is that all of us? No. I don't even think that's the majority of the time. As I was alluding to before, I truly believe the reason as to why we point out the so-called negative, right? Or we are aware of both the positive and negatives of a situation and we call out both instead of focusing solely on the positive. It's because we're logical beings. We're in tune with reality. Reality says, again, this elephant is bleeding and it needs our help. We have to do something about it. It's selflessness in the sense of we have the power to do something, and if we're standing around acting like this issue is not an issue, that is a problem. I can't speak for other Virgos. I won't speak for other Virgos. But me personally, it hurts when I know I could do something about a problem. It hurts me, and of course it hurts the other individual or whatever. But if I feel as though I have the capability to do something about a problem and I do nothing about it, it doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well with me at all. I'm not saying I have to be an expert at solving whatever that issue is, but if I at least come up with a solution in my head, it's better than just having a solution and not doing anything. It's better than not doing anything in general. Heck, even if it is a situation to where it's like, I got to do something, but I don't know what to do, but I got to do something, so let me try doing this one thing. And at least, even if it fails, I can lay my head at night and say, at least I tried. At least I tried something. At least I couldn't stitch up the elephant's wound to save it from bleeding out. But I tried. I tried applying pressure as much as possible to the area, and it didn't work, unfortunately. But at least I tried. I didn't just sit around like everybody else and just ignored it and then said, oh, at least it stopped crying. Yeah, because it's dead. At least I tried. So it's a situation to where it's like, whatever this is going on in your life right now, Virgo, do not let people dictate how you react to it, in the sense of don't follow what they're doing. If people are ignoring an issue, you do not ignore it. In regards to this situation here, all right? If people are saying things like you have to be more selfish, don't be selfish. You got to think about yourself. Don't do that. Thinking about yourself is going to help out the other people. Thinking about yourself should include, at least in this situation, thinking about helping that elephant, thinking about helping the other beings in the room with you, as well as yourself. So again, you all are not in danger, because whatever hurt that elephant can hurt you, can hurt somebody else. But the others don't see it that way. The others just see it as the elephant got hit and I didn't get hit, so therefore I don't have anything to worry about. So that is my reading for us Virgos. Hopefully you took heed to the message. Again, apply it to however it is applicable in your life. If it is not, this is a pretty heavy message, so please do not force this message to apply to your life. Even if it's, in a little way, if it's applicable in some ways, take the little bit of applicability, whatever the percentage is that it applies, take that, run with it. But don't take every single thing, because like I said, this is a pretty heavy reading, but it had to be said. Anyways, if you would like a personal reading, whether regarding this pretty heavy situation or just in general, you're able to book one with me. Check out the description box. You'll find my email. That is how you can book a personal reading with me. That's the only way you can book one, and we will only correspond via email. Therefore, if someone does hit you up, claiming to be me, it is a fake. Whether they email you, whether they hit you up on social media, it is fake. Even if you are a recurring customer of mine, I will still never reach out to you asking you if you would like another reading. That is not the case. If you would like another reading, then you do the same thing you did when you got your first or second or however many other readings you had prior to me giving you another reading. You reach out and ask for it. Simple as that. So, with that being said, that is our reading for today. I thank you for trusting me to be your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your readers for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you got anything of value from this video. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.